Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell for episode number 26. It's the first episode in the month of November. It wasn't on the air last week, but I'm happy to be back. And let's get into it, man. Let's get into the college football uh, side of things to recap as the season's winding down. Um, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of surprises last week, man. A lot of upsets, man. Miami, we're going to start with them. Miami losing 28-23. They lost their first game of the season. They went down 28-23. So the magic that Cam Ward had been generating throughout the season whenever Miami was down by deficits wasn't able to get them back in with a chance to win it. Give credit to Georgia Tech. They played great defense, had 5 sacks. They pressured Cam Ward all day. They shut down the run. They ran for 271 yards. Then they gave up only 88 yards on the ground. So they did their job. They deserved to win. They held the ball for like 34 minutes. The thing that's amazing is that the Georgia Tech team, they didn't pass the ball that much. Their identity is run the ball at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack. They did that. So give them credit for that. So this win was not a fluke. This is definitely destined to happen in Miami because they've been playing with fire a lot. They've been dealing with the fact that okay, they got a great quarterback handling his business, and they think he's gonna bring them back all the time. But sometimes the defense got to do their job, and the defense had not been doing their job lately. I think it caught up to them. They couldn't stop the run, couldn't stop the pass when they threw a pass. There was a play where on third down and 18, where the quarterback, one of the quarterbacks, they played two quarterbacks. I don't know if it was Philo or King, completed a pass 27 yards to Bailey Stock. That was on third down and 18 at the Miami 44-yard line, Miami 45-yard line. Complete the pass, first down. That was one of the big plays that took place in that game. Is the ability to the inability for the Miami Defense to make a stop. When they need to make a stop, they couldn't do it on that drive. That was in the beginning of the fourth quarter. That led them to go up 2 scores. Yep. It was a 75-yard drive. I believe that was the drive where they converted on third down 18. Yep. Aaron Philo, Bailey Stockton, 27-yard touch, 27-yard pass play to the Miami 18, 27 yards. No pass rush from Miami. That's the thing about Miami. They have not generated a pass rush that you would expect them to have. And when you don't get a pass rush, somebody's going to be open. You can cover so much on the defensive side in the secondary, but Bailey Stockton made that catch, 27 yards to Miami 18. That was one of the big plays in that game. It was in the fourth quarter. And he was able to go up 28-16 in the fourth quarter. I just couldn't make stops, run jet sweeps. They did what they had to do. Georgia Tech's a running team. They barely passed, but when they had to pass, they made some big plays in that game. I think that's the thing that stands out from that perspective. So they trailed 28-16. Miami had to they scored a touchdown, 78 yards, 7 plays, cut the lead to 5, 28-23. But when they had the ball last, give credit to the defense. They forced a fumble, sacked Cam Ward, and lost the ball, and it was recovered by Georgia Tech. They got the ball back. They was able to run the clock out. But this Miami team been toying with fire, playing with fire all season long, most of the season. They get down by these double digits, whether it be Virginia Tech, whether it be California, trailing by 25 points, trailing by double digits to Virginia Tech, trailing by double digits to Duke. They was able to overcome that, but against Georgia Tech, same scenario. You down 28-16. Didn't happen this time. Sometimes the Georgia Tech team, you gotta give them credit, man. They played great defense, did their job. Give them credit, and also give credit to Georgia Tech is that they were great on third down. They were 9 for 14 on third downs, 9 for 13, 9 for 14 on third down. Excuse me. Third down, 9 for 14. Miami was third down. On third downs was 3 for 10. They ran for 271 yards. They held Miami to 88 yards. That's their identity running the football. So give credit to dude, man, for Georgia Tech handing Miami their first loss of the season. Miami's still in it, but I don't think it's a championship team, Miami, because the problem with Miami is that their offense is great, but their defense is not great. There's a lot to be desired defensively. They don't play great defense. This is not a vintage Miami team from a defensive standpoint. They don't have Jesse Armsteads, the Michael Barrows, the Darren Smiths of the world, Cortez Kennedy, going back to like Russell Maryland, Jerome Brown, people like that. William Joseph with Vince Wilfork, guys like that. Jonathan Vilma, Ed Reed. They don't have those kind of players. I'm saying great defensive player that with national championship teams, even those teams that didn't win the national championship. Daniel Stubbs, going back to him, Dan Hawkins. They don't have those kind of guys. Those guys coming down with dozens, but the thing about Miami is that they don't have those kind of players on the defensive end. They're kind of young, maybe in certain spots, but they don't have those kind of guys. So you're giving up all these big plays and first downs and stuff like that. On third down, 18, you give up a 27-yard pass play, but you had to get them off the field. You couldn't get them off the field. Let that drive continue and they score. So to me, Miami got to do better. But I don't think they're gonna win that championship unless this defense improves. They're still in the hunt. They number 9 in the college football rankings that came out this week. They ranked number 9. So see how they handle it. They got a bye week this week. And they got 2 more games to go. They got to play at home. The final home games against Wake Forest, and then they play at Syracuse, and that's it for the season. See if they play in the ACC championship game. But this is a bad loss because it's been a long time, over 20 years since Miami had an undefeated season. A regular season that they went undefeated. I think you got to go back to 2002. I don't think they've been undefeated since. There's always been a struggle in the ACC since they joined it back into 2004, something like that, and they never had an undefeated regular season. They had a chance to do it this year. Now that's not the case. So give credit to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech was good. They was great today. I mean, doing that day on that day, they did a great job. They had a great game plan. They worked out to perfection. They was able to do what they needed to do to win. Give them credit. This is not a fluky win. This is a big time win for this team. Excuse me, they sacked the quarterback 3 times. Excuse me, they sacked him 5 times. My apologies. Had 3 sacks. But either way, they was all over Cam Ward. They was able to get after him. Cam Ward played pretty good, even though they didn't win. He had 2 for 348 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. But they did a great job. Now he does do a great job of running the ball. 5 times he ran -5 yards. No sacks for the Miami defense. So that's it for that. That was a big upset last week. Then you had this was a surprise right here. Ole Miss upsetting Georgia. 16 team Ole Miss beat number 3 Georgia. Now Georgia got their hopes on the line this week against Tennessee. They lost 20-10. Great job by the Ole Miss, man. And this quarterback Carson Beck, I thought he'd probably win the Heisman, but forget about him. He never win no Heisman. They throw a touchdown pass threw for 186 yards. Give credit to Ole Miss. They did what they had to do to win this game. Quarterbacks didn't play that great, but they just did enough to win the game. They did with defense. They had 5 sacks. So they won 28-10, dominated by the defense. The field goal kicker, Caden Davis, kicked 5 field goals. So it was more about this defense getting it done. And, 9 tackles for loss, forced 4 fumbles, and 5 sacks, interceptions. So This defense was the reason why they won this game. Give them credit. It's rare that Georgia loses twice. It's the only second time that they've lost for the second time since 2020. And our Bulldogs are 1-2 against ranked teams in a row. So it's not the same team that you're accustomed to seeing. But now their playoffs hopes are on the line this week when they play Tennessee. That was a big win for Ole Miss. Indiana continues their undefeated season, special season. They're 10-0. They beat Michigan, put them at 5-5. You had an upset. Iowa State lost to Kansas. And how about Colorado, man? Colorado's looking great, man. 41-27. This is definitely a turnaround compared to last season for Deion Sanders and his team. They're 7-2. They're looking very, very good. Travis Hunter, he may win the Heisman. 9 catches for 99 yards and a touchdown. Shador Sanders played great. 291 yards, 3 touchdowns. So this Colorado team, they win the Big 12 championship. They could definitely get to the playoffs, possibly. We'll see. A lot of work to be done. Now, Alabama definitely kept their hopes alive for a postseason berth as they blew out LSU, their arch rivals, 42-13 on the road. That was very impressive. And Virginia upset Pittsburgh 24-19, and BYU kept their undefeated season alive, beating Utah 22-21. So that was very good. They're 9-0. So that's the storylines with what took place this past week, college football. There's a fast forward to this week. Now we've got like 3 more weeks left in the college football season, the regular season. Um, this Saturday, the next Saturday, and Saturday after that. That's it. That's the thing about college football. It goes by so quick, so fast. So let's fast forward to this week. What games to keep your eyes on. Whether it's not ranked team or against a ranked team or not, these very important games. Ohio State 8-1 against Northwestern. They got to stay off a possible upset against them. Texas at Arkansas. They 8-1 right now. Arkansas is 5-4. Colorado's at home hosting Utah, so they definitely got a chance to rank number 17. Clemson against Pittsburgh. This is a good game. 7-2 teams. Tulane and Navy. I don't think Navy and Tulane gonna get in, but both teams got winning records. Navy 7-2, Tulane 8-2. This is an interesting game, but I think Alabama should win. Mercer is 9-1 in the season. So this is an interesting game. This is like the strength of schedule right here. Alabama number 10, obviously in the postseason hunt. They play each other at home. But Mercer is 9-1. Interesting. That's interesting. Alabama's never lost to Mercer. So that's an interesting game. Penn State 8-1 at Purdue. Notre Dame at home against Virginia 8-1 against 5-4 Virginia. That's an interesting game. Boise State still in the hunt. Number 13 team in the country. They play San Jose State on the road. Wisconsin hosts Oregon, number 1 team in the country. Oregon's clearly the best team in the country, clearly. And then you got possibly an elimination game, number 7 Tennessee on the road against number 12 Georgia. That's the game of the week. This could be an elimination game, man. If Georgia loses, they may be out of the postseason, possibly. You got Kansas and BYU. So those are games that's going on right now. That's it for the college football landscape of things. Let me check this Miami. The last time Miami Hurricanes had an undefeated season. That's a good question. This show gonna be a little shorter. I don't have that much stuff to talk about for us, like certain segments. I'm gonna go real quick, briefly. Next, I'm gonna talk about the college basketball landscape. You had some good games at Duke, Kentucky, at Kansas State. Kansas versus Michigan State. Talk about those games. Give my brief preview of the college football season, college basketball season. Excuse me, college basketball. Obviously, the storyline, number one storyline is can Connecticut go for a three-peat? Can they win 3 straight? Something has not been done since the John Wooden era, 70s, late 60s, early 70s, around that time. Let me check. Last time Miami went undefeated in the regular season. This on the regular season alone. Gotta go back 2002. Yes. Because that one loss obviously was against Ohio State in that championship game. So they did go undefeated that year. Yeah, they did. They got undefeated. All right, so that's it, man. Yeah, that's the last time they went undefeated. So I just want to get into that before we move on to the college basketball landscape thing. College basketball is here. It started like maybe a few weeks ago. I think Connecticut is the team to beat. Now, do I think they're gonna win the third straight championship? Possibly not. It's very hard to win three in a row, let alone one championship in a row. But right now, they're the best team right now, the team to beat, to prove otherwise. So they're definitely gonna be in the hunt for the championship. But I think teams that can knock them off probably is Kansas, Alabama, maybe Gonzaga, maybe Houston. But this is a team to beat. They got a lot going on, a lot of momentum. See what happens. But this past week we had interesting matchups. Matter of fact, last Friday, Kansas played against North Carolina, and Kansas won 92 to 89 at home. Rarely do you see these two teams meet on campus. They use those kind of games like early in the season be on neutral court, but it was in Kansas, in Lawrence, Kansas. Kansas was able to hold on, despite having a 20-point lead. They was able to win, hold on for dear life, and win that ball game by a score of 92-89. Number one, Kansas against number nine, North Carolina. They had a 20-point lead. They blew it. They was able to hold on. Hunter Dickinson had 20 points. They came close to tying it. The Tar Heels of North Carolina. Elliot Cadeau missed a 3-point shot at time expired, so they lost that game. So that was obviously a statement win early in the season for Kansas. Other notable wins that took place on Saturday was Houston. They lost to Auburn. Auburn beat Houston 74-69. Matches from Battleground 2K24. Thad Pettiford had 20 points, 5 3-point shots. Johnny Broom had 20 points and 9 rebounds. So there was those guys were the catalyst to winning that game. Where this game was played at in Houston Toyota Center. So that game was on neutral court. Connecticut, they beat New Hampshire. No surprise there, 2-0. Alex Caravan had 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 block shots. They number 3 right now in the country, 192-53 over New Hampshire. No surprise there. And Sunday, at that many notable wins. Monday, not that much, but Tuesday you had the two matchups. State Farm Champions Classic. Kansas beat Michigan State 77 to 69. Bill Self became the winningest coach in Kansas history with this win as they beat Michigan State. This game was played in Atlanta at State Farm Arena. So statement win there. Hunter Dickinson had 28 points. So Bill Self became the winningest coach, man, in Kansas history. So congrats to him. That accomplishment. Kansas been there a long time. And then the other big game, that State Farm Classic, this is a surprise. Number 19 Kentucky beat Duke. Number 16 in the country 77-72. Ortega Oway knocked down four free throws in the final 10.3 seconds. It's a big win for Mark Pope. Again, he's replacing the legendary coach and John Calipari. So this is a big win, first big win in his career and his tenure. Matter of fact, John Calipari, I think he calls his Arkansas. Yeah, they lost to Baylor, 72-67. Arkansas is ranked number 16 in the country. Yeah, John Calipari is with the Razorbacks. So that's a big win for Mark Pope. To win a game of that magnitude, that's a big time win. Duke got a lot of high hopes. This Cooper Flag, keep your eyes on him, 26 points, despite losing the game. So there's a lot of hype around him, despite losing that game. I think that's basically it for college football, college basketball landscape of things. Right, so let's move forward to the NBA. How about those Cleveland Cavaliers, man? The Cleveland Cavaliers are playing excellent, football right now. Excuse me, excellent basketball right now in the NBA. Cleveland Cavaliers, they're 13-0 on the season. Now, again, does it mean anything? Absolutely not. But this is a franchise that fired his name JD Bickerstaff, and they got um Atkinson as a new head coach, and obviously doing something different that making this team play at a higher level right now. So they're 13-0 right now. Yeah, JD Bickerstaff, look him up. That's the guy that got is that guy got fired. Yeah, JB Bickerstaff. He the one that got fired. He coaches the Detroit Pistons right now. So Kenny Atkinson has definitely has done a great job with them. Now again, what does it mean that they're 13-0? Absolutely nothing. It's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work that needs to be taking place for them to move forward and build down the line, finish the season, regular season on a great note if they want to get to where they want to go. Um, they've been playing well. They 3 games up in the West Eastern Conference, 13-0. Boston's 10-3. But when you look at this Eastern Conference, it's very, very mediocre. Outside of Boston and Cleveland, Orlando has a winning record at 7-6. But outside of that, you look at from the fourth place all the way to the last team in last place at the bottom. Everybody got losing record. New York Knicks 5-6. Indiana 5-6. Chicago 5-7. Atlanta 5-7. Brooklyn 5-7. Miami 4-6. Detroit 5-8. Milwaukee 4-8. They coming on strong a little bit. They won last 2 games. They've been like very disappointing team in the NBA. Philadelphia struggling. Obviously, they don't have. Like Joel B did come back this week. He did come back. They did lose to the Knicks 111-99, despite him returning. They did lose the game. The problem is with Philadelphia, they're not healthy completely. No, they don't have um, Tyrone Maxey, Tyrese Maxey, excuse me, Tyrese Maxey. He's out with a hamstring injury. He's out for a couple of weeks, so he's out. And then you have Paul George. He's back along with Embiid, but they need Maxey to turn this thing around because they 2-9 right now. They 2-9 this season. Detroit's playing pretty good. Not great, but they're much better than they was in the sense last year. Got to look at their record. They already got 5 wins. They 5-8. Detroit Pistons. And also, you got this tournament situation going on right now in season tournament. Also, this past week, the Golden State Warriors. How about them? They're a big surprise. No Klay Thompson, no Sweat. They still playing at a high level. They're 9-2 on the season. They won this past week against Dallas. That's when Klay Thompson came back out of big standing rising ovation, rightfully so. He won 4 championships. He was again a big game player when it was needed, and he was able to get the job done. Golden State, Curry had a big game as they won that game. See what the score was in that game. It was on Tuesday night, 120 to 117. Curry had 37 points, including the final 12 points. It was the NBA Cup game because again it's the in-season tournament. So still, despite all that, that's a big win for Golden State. Make a statement like that. Thompson had 22 points. Look at Doncic in the loss. Had 31 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. He's dealing with left groin injury. So here's what it is. But Golden State's looking good, man. Looking very good early in the season. And 76 lost 111 to 99. Again, Joe Embiid made his season debut finally, but they couldn't handle the Knicks. So he had 2 of 11, 13 points, 5 assists. Yeah, he's going to be rusty. Meanwhile, Paul George played well, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 7 3-point shots, 11 attempts, made 7 of 3-point shots and 11 attempts, 10 of 19. Played well. Paul George made his best game of the season. But Joe Embiid is going to take a long time to get himself back into basketball shape and be the player that we expect him to be. So, gotta give him time here. Philadelphia 66 advantage, so it's early, but they need to get Maxey back, along with George, along with Embiid, and to see how they play together as a trio, along with the rest of the role players. Now we get to see how good they really are. That was going to be a long season for the Sixers, a team that had a lot of high expectations going into the season. Looks like it may not happen if they don't get it together and get healthy. So that's the thing that stands out with that. OKC is 10-2. Golden State's 9-2. Phoenix is 9-3. Denver's definitely playing much better of late. They won 5 in a row, 7-3. Houston, well, the Houston Rockets, they're 8-4 right now. The Lakers are 7-4. Memphis is 7-5. Sacramento 7-5. So it's very competitive. A lot of more winning teams in the West than it is in the East. A lot of losing teams in the East. Only 3 teams have winning records in the East. That's Cleveland was 13-0, Boston 10-3, 7-6 Orlando Magic. Everybody else got a losing record. So there's a lot of mediocrity in the Eastern Conference. But you look at the Western Conference, it's a lot of winning teams that are playing good. Like from the first place team to the eighth place team, they got winning records. OKC, Golden State, Phoenix, Denver, Houston, Lakers, Memphis, Sacramento, all got winning records. So that's storyline on that. That's it for the look at the NBA. As far as that's concerned, right now, again, Cleveland's the best team. They're playing the best basketball. But the key is, can they continue this throughout the regular season? Not go undefeated, go 82-0, but will they carry this into the playoffs? Compete with Boston? That's the question mark. It's not what you're doing, obviously, in the regular season, what you're doing in the postseason. So, again, got the in-season tournament going on right now. So, see what happens with that. All right. Now it's time for some NFL football. Right now, we got a game going on right now. This is a big game right here to start off week number 11. Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. Right now, the Commanders are winning 7-0. 53 seconds left in the first half. So second quarter about to come to an end. Right now, the Eagles have the ball at the Washington 18-yard line, facing a second down and 8. So he's looking to get a touchdown before halftime. Right now, it's third down and 8 at the 18-yard line of Washington. They are currently on a 72-yard 10-play drive. So very low scoring game. So see what they do. They're in the red zone. See they put up some points, but this is a big game. 7-3 Washington, 7-2 Philadelphia. It gets no better than that. This is part of some of the games that you will see this weekend on Sunday. Division opponents going against a division opponent like Pittsburgh and Baltimore. That's a great rivalry renewed. Both teams are vying for that first place spot in the AFC North. And give credit to Russell Wilson. Give credit to Mike Tomlin. Putting in Russell Wilson, he's playing very well. Right now, Jalen Hurts just ran for a 9-yard run So Washington 9, so it's a first and goal. So now they're in business. They need 9 yards to tie this game up. But Russell Wilson's playing at the old Russell Wilson means with Seattle. The way he's playing right now, he's right. We saw he's the right quarterback for that Pittsburgh team. Along with their defense. So they play Baltimore this coming Sunday. They won a big game against Washington in Washington, 28-27. I think was the score. Well, that was a big time win for Pittsburgh. So look out for Pittsburgh, man. They have a chance to get to the Super Bowl, possibly. It's been a long time since Mike Tomlin's been in the Super Bowl. You gotta go back to what 2010. That's when they lost to Green Bay. So it's been a long time coming since Mike Tomlin's coaching the Super Bowl. It's been a long time since Russell Wilson played in the Super Bowl. I go back to what 2014. That's when he threw that bad pass. As I said by Malcolm Buckler. Yeah, Malcolm Butler for the Patriots, and they haven't been to the Super Bowl since. In person, after winning the year before against Denver. So that's what it is with that. Right now, second down 4 at the Washington 4-yard line. So he's called timeout. So give you play by play. Keep my eye on that. I'll go over what happened last week. Right now, again, give credit to the Ravens. They won against the Bengals last week, 35-34. Problem with the Ravens is that they don't have a great defense. Their defense is not the good or great. It's like they got to know how to score people in order to win. So let's go fast forward to Sunday, this past Sunday games. The Chiefs beat the Broncos 16-14 as the Chiefs remain unbeaten, 9-0. They won what 15 games in a row. So they're doing anything. Whether it be Patrick Mahomes leading last second touchdown drives, the defense making a big stand, or Henderson Buckner kicking anyone in field goals. But this time it was the block kick that prevented the Broncos from knocking off the Chiefs. They lost 16-14. They had a chance to kick a field goal, and it was blocked. They won 16-14. It's a block. Leo Chanel, Leo Chanel was part of a red wave that crashed through the center of the Denver field goal unit, and it was blocked. It was Luke's 35-yard attempt was a block. So they was able to hold on to victory and win the game, 16-14. Obviously got DeAndre Hopkins and um, obviously got Kareem Hunt, stuff like that. So this team's still good, but I think they still beatable. I think the best team in the NFL is definitely Detroit Lions, who came back from a 23-7 deficit. And think about Jared Goff, he's been playing well the last 6 games. He had completed 82% of his passes, 140.1 quarterback rating. And he's making history the last 6 games, playing excellent. Um, but last week he didn't play as well because he threw 5 interceptions. But give credit to Detroit. They didn't roll over against a good team in Houston. They was able to get the W, winning 26-23 on a game-winning walk-off field goal. So they did with defense, they did with running the ball, they did with special teams. So he didn't play well, Jared Goff, but everybody else picked him up. And that's what it's about. It's a team effort. And that's what it's about. Offense, defense, special teams. And even when the offense is not doing good, the defense got to hold up in special teams. And that's what they did. The Steelers won against the Commanders 20-27. That was a big win for them. Going on the road against the division lead opponent. Russell Wilson threw a touchdown pass to Mike Williams. 3 touchdown passes. So they're doing well. Pickens scored a touchdown, so they got a lot going on. This team. Pittsburgh is 7-2, looking really good in the AFC. Warren and Harris, they definitely run the ball very well. They had 140 yards rushing as a team for Pittsburgh. Williams caught a 32-yard touchdown pass. So see if they can keep it going. 49ers went over 500 for the first time, I think this season, winning 23-20 against the slumping Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 4-6 now. So that's a good win for them. They won their consecutive games for the first time this season. So give him credit for that. Most importantly, Christian McCaffrey was back in the starting lineup. Made his season debut. See how he did with his numbers. Look like 13 carries, 39 yards. Caught 6 catches, 6 passes for 68 yards. So that's the effectiveness that he can bring to the table. Obviously coming out of the backfield. That was a big win for them. Surprising loss by the Bears, man. Lose to the Patriots, 19-3. I can't believe they lost that game. They credit to the Patriots, man. They held them without a touchdown. Shocking win. No surprise here with the Chargers beating the Titans 27-17. Eagles beating the Cowboys 34-6. No surprise there. Obviously, the Cowboys are hurt. They don't have Dak Prescott. He's out with a hamstring. I think he's out for the season. I think he's out for the season. So that's it for the. What's up with the Jets, man? You can't trust these Jets, man. They lost 31-6. Give credit to the Cardinals. They looking good right now. They're in first place at 6-4. It shows the parity again. This league is rearing its ugly head. Anybody can do anything on any given Sunday. They're 6-4, the Cardinals. And then again, when you got the Jets, you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Devontae Adams, you got all this talent, and they 3-7. They fired the coach, Robert Saleh, but obviously things hasn't worked out since they fired him. They still continue to struggle. So 6-4 Cardinals. And finally, you had the Lions win 26-23. That was a big time win for them. Jake Bates hit a 52-yard field goal to win it, despite Jared Goff's 5 interceptions. Again, this is the worst game he's played in a long time. They're 8-1. The Lions. They're the best team in the league. Overcoming a 23-7 deficit and they were able to win the game. And they became the first team to win and throwing 5 or more interceptions since Atlanta beat Arizona 23-19 on November 18th, 2012. So that's a long time ago. Coming to this game, Jared Goff hadn't thrown an interception in 5 games. Again, he's been playing so well, taking care of football, but sometimes it's not going to be your night. So it's what it is. All right, so that's it for a look at the NFL from last week. All right, let's see what's going on right now. Okay, so the Eagles had to settle for a field goal. So it's 9 seconds to go. So they've called timeout with 9 seconds to go. Jake Hillary had to kick a 20-yard field goal, so they did not get a touchdown. So Washington has the ball at the Philadelphia 40-yard line. Obviously, it's Hail Mary time for Washington, or maybe get a field goal possible. We'll see. They are currently on a 30-play drive. Now Washington called timeout 3 seconds ago. 3 seconds ago. See, obviously going to be a Hail Mary. I don't think they're going to kick the field goal. So we'll see what happens with that. Give you an update on that. All right. Yeah, back to Jared Goff, man. Prior to this game against Houston, he's been playing at a high level. He's for the 6 game span, he's playing excellent. after the Green Bay game, before the Houston game. The sixth straight game. This is before the Houston game, where for sixth straight game he completed better than 70% of his passes. His third consecutive game in which he completed at least 80% of his throws, throwing 11 touchdowns, no interceptions, past 5 games. So he's been making like history in that way, playing at that kind of level, MVP level, before last week's unfortunate 5 interceptions. Despite that they won, obviously. Right, back to his game against Washington, Philadelphia. It's halftime, so no Hail Mary, no points scored. 7-3, low scoring game in the NFC East battle between two teams vying for first place. 7-3 Washington, 7-3, 7-2 Philadelphia. So low scoring affair in Philadelphia. Right, other games that you gotta keep your eyes on, definitely the Ravens and the Steelers. 7-3 Ravens against 7-2 Steelers. There in first place. The Steelers. This is a good game. The thing about it, man, I gotta go with Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh has a better balance from a defensive standpoint, offensive standpoint. Collectively, they're a better unit on the defensive end. T.J. Watt, especially with him. So I think the Steelers gonna win that game at home. See what other games that stands out that's good. Seahawks and the 49ers is a pretty good game. Definitely the best game of the week is the Chiefs and the Bills. 9-0 Chiefs travel to Buffalo. So they 8-2, 4:25 p.m. That's the best game right there. The best game. So that's Mahomes, Josh Allen gets no better than that. That's a good game, great game to watch. Both teams are playing very well. So see what happens. Right now, Josh Allen's got 17 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions. And this is impressive, despite not having Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. He's definitely getting it done with other receivers. Cook, eight touchdowns rushing. James Cook, 28 touchdowns. 8 touchdowns for James Cook. So they run the ball very well, and they pass it. James Cook, 8 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt, 5 touchdowns. And Travis Kelsey's coming on strong. He's a leader in catches. He got 60 catches, 499 yards. So he definitely getting the ball in his hands. Not a lot of touchdowns, but definitely coming to his own last few games. Let's look at the stats. He had 14 catches, 100 yards on Monday night, 10 for 90. Last week was 8 for 64. So he's getting himself into the flow of the offense. Travis Kelsey. That's what they're gonna need. Obviously got DeAndre Hopkins, but he gotta get himself together also. Play well. This is gonna be a great game. Kansas City and Buffalo. Very interesting game. All right. All right, that's it for that. See what else we're gonna talk about. The NFL. One more thing. What's the one thing I gotta talk about? All right, on this day in sports history, let's get into that. For November 14th, on this day. On this day, sports history for November the 14th. Now I'll go over all the events the time straight. I'm not gonna go over it. Right now it's 9:46 the East Coast, 9:46 p.m. So we're gonna start with November 17th, excuse me, November 14th, 1943. Chicago Bears Sid Luckman threw 7 touchdowns against the Giants as the Bears won 56-7. 1957 on November 14th, Milwaukee Braves Hank Aaron won the National League MVP. 1964, November 14th, Detroit Red Wings Gordie Howe set a record in the NHL with 627 career goals on November 14th, 1964. November 14th, 1966, Muhammad Ali TKOs Cleveland Williams in 3 rounds for the heavyweight title. 1973, on November 14th, Canada begins production of Olympic coins. 1973, Jim Palmer on November 14th won the AL Cy Young Award. 1979, California's Don Baylor won the American League MVP. 1981, on November 14th, in the first World Championship fight between two Puerto Ricans in boxing history, WBC super welterweight champion Wilfred Benitez beat Carlos Santos in a 15-round unanimous decision at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Doubleday Publishing sells New York Mets to Nelson Doubleday and Fred Wilpon on November 14, 1986. 1989, San Diego Padres reliever Mark Davis won the National League Cy Young Award. Then in 1990, this is not good news for James Worthy, November 14th. James Worthy, at the time, 1990, was arrested in Houston and charged with 2 counts of solicitation of prostitution. 1991, November 14th, Pittsburgh Steelers guard Terry Long was his steroids appeal and was suspended without pay by the NFL for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Don Shula on November 14th became the coach with the most wins in NFL history. 1996, Texas Ranger Juan Gonzalez won the American League MVP. Finally, 2018, New York Mets pitcher Jacob DeGrom, Jacob DeGrom won the National League Cy Young Award, one of his 10 wins fewest ever by a Cy Young Award winner in a non-strike shortened season. Major League Baseball leading 1.70 ERA, 29 consecutive start streak, longest in Major League Baseball history. And that was it. That's it. That's just some of the events that happened on this day, November 14th, while sports history is concerned. So that's it for today's show. Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell. It's great to be back. Be back next week. Sports history is concerned. Be back next week for another episode number 27 of Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell. Next week, check out the new article that's going to be coming out soon this coming week. That we're going to be covering the NBA, the NFL, college basketball preview briefly. Talk about the teams that can possibly knock off Connecticut. That's basically it for that. Stuff like that. Other stuff that I got coming up with the new article that'll be up soon this coming week. So that's it for episode number 26. 26th episode of It's Not Supposed to Be Shot Mitchell streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Check it out. Be back next Thursday night for another episode of Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell for episode number 27 for next Thursday. Until then, talk to you next time, next Thursday night, live on Elevation 5280 Sports and Lifestyles. Streaming live on Facebook, streaming live on YouTube and Twitter. Until then, talk to you next time. Have a good night.